Hey, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows them!
Over here. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be...
You can say that again. Wait, Paimon's got... Oh, are Lynette and...
Yep, along with...
So you're saying nearly the...
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Father, you're here.
You know...
No need to be nervous. I could sense... Of course. I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect. I understand. As for right now, as for the issue at...
What?
A rumor that a certain phantom...
A phantom child?
A spirit that should have long ceased. So I decided to bring the... If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some...
Of course, Father. It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings. You're quite well known. If you're willing...
All right. We don't have anything else to do.
Of course. Let's go. We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and...
Awesome!
Well, when I... With this many people...
Okay, we'll come... There are all sorts of... Like, now that we find...
Well, you're more than...
Linny! You're finally here. The supplies.
Brought them with me? Yep, here you go. Hello?
It's the Traveler and Paimon!
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around.
Oh, it's all right! Of course!
Father told us...
I heard the Traveler. I heard Paimon. Wait a second! That's the room... Oh, wait! Oh, we don't need... Come on! Huh? Or maybe...
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer... I was poisoned not too...
But those are the best... Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone...
All right, Fold, you don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say...
Really? Awesome! It's been... Yeah.
All right, see you later.
Bye! Lenny, about all that...
When Foltz was really... Elwar has a... Chaplot is a... I know you two... Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are...
Allow me to introduce you. This is the...
Oh, you're the... It's nice to meet you.
Of course!
Oh.
You must be pretty
Oh, this is the...
It seems like it's...
Oh, Anne?
after this mission.
Oh,
Is it just Paimon, or
I heard that.
oh,
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others.
I bet those
That's enough, Philly.
don't talk about family members behind their back, right? Whatever. Let's go.
Well, that's it for the supplies. We should probably...
well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here. You're right. Oh, Lenny's...
So, what do you... well, I should probably get cooking.
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Huh? Fremine? What are you...
Hey, nice to see...
We were just going to make... Were you looking for something? Yeah, we've got some
food.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food... What? Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going...
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night.
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own...
Maybe it'll...
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened...
Just...
You're back!
Hello, my name's Linny. I grew up in the House of the Hearth.
Hi, Lenny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth. You can call me Clairvy.
Clairvy?
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells, Lenny?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her.
No, I haven't told anyone.
For how long?
About...
So ever since we got to Poisson, then. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? You know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal.
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that. Linny, that night, that feeling of being haunted.
So what you're saying...
Unless there are... If Clairvy... But she's been living with us. I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. No.
So what's your plan, then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually.
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order from Father.
Come with me.
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From what... No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, because I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out of...
I'm sorry, Linny. I I really didn't mean to drag anyone else.
Oh, really? You didn't mean to?
Huh?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were later on when you started calling me Linny. I wasn't actually surprised.
Linny,
The darkest and you and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you.
Oh, looks like things are getting kind of heated between. Oh, it's raining. Hey, you two! Hope. Oh, wait. Well, we're all.
It's just a small family dispute. It's
What are you getting at?
when guests are around, families. Thank you.
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand. That means finding out where she came from and what.
I've tried.
And?
She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is.
I don't know much about.
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you. Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard.
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot.
What is it?
I need you to
Of course.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2.
I swear.
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler. And you 4.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. But it turns out you were just hiding her. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in. If you don't agree,
Well, I guess there's no time to lose.
I'm full. Thank you for. She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clairvy can interact with the Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while. Maybe, in her mind, she really is eating those.
does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess.
Clairvy, if you've got some time, I'd like.
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join the House of the Hearth?
Huh? Isn't it the same for everybody? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
It's just that your name, it's not on the roster.
The roster? Oh, I get it now. I think there might be the people in charge. They're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. They're in this house. Some people are family, and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster. Wait, does that mean the knave?
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's my best friend. She's the only one.
Have either of you heard of that?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy, Perry. Neither of those names are on the roster, but It seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got... Maybe we should try a different...
What?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candle.
To where the sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her somewhere with Lynette. Try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about, and see if her... Fremine, you stay in post...
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us?
I really appreciate your willingness to help. Let me think.
Ah, Paimon gets it.
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father... Of course, if the worst-case scenario happened, you too. I really hope this goes...
It's the knave and child. Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya. And well, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my...
What sort of
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the...
Oh, okay, so...
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that
Paimon?
It's all thanks to that one kid from... And that's good because...
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. Helping Linny and the other...
And what a sweet little daydream that is. Besides, considering how...
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth...
Well, we just... right. We're super close to Linny and the others, but we still don't know...
Is that so? Introductions have already been made.
Oh, well, you see? There's only so much you can learn about someone from a short introduction. At least tell us something...
Good question. I'd also like...
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success. And we can't have that. Now can we?
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to...
wait, don't go!
I'd also like to hear the answer to this. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off.
And why would I?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least, that's what I heard. Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
Wait, did you really do
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say.
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family. Oh, based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but I suppose he didn't say anything untrue. Although it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved. But I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice has a funny way of concealing the real truth behind certain things. Call yourself a Fontanian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised.
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then why did you try to help out with the prophecy and everything?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontanian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontanian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their homeland after all? The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information, didn't you? There you go. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them.
Good. Like I said.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you ask me. Would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The losing party would lose everything.
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least that's not a thing anymore.
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
Okay. I get the well, would you look at the traveler, Paimon? I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next...
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less like you're gonna keel over.
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlo.
No thanks necessary.
I like this...
We should probably get going too.
Oh? You want me to leave so soon?
Oh,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please, forgive.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you? Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went. go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... No, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case. Well, we could always try pushing her into it. Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back. How did it go with...
Good.
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look! Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade. Oh, yikes. That Aurore guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kinda
I've met him before.
Did he say...
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he...
Wait, so that means the name...
It may seem betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to... Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine...
Sorry. I managed to talk to quite a few people.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, those are two of the people...
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering the rules of the House, most people would never say that out loud. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal.
These kinds of conflicts have always...
Well, that's true. I can't say for sure.
You think she's been inciting?
No, not she's told...
And they just believe...
Clairvy's word.
Whoa. Hold on. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the second...
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so. It's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan.
Okay, super...
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are...
We can only focus on one situation at a time.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't... Well, Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, Paimon. She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... You have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? is effort, Traveler. Look! Look over there! Quick! Let's catch up with her before anyone sees! Over there! Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast! Oh, look! She stopped! Clairvy! Shh! I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right? Please, help us get on the same page here, Clary. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that? Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all, as long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, and you're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough. You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross. I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother. Mother? But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if only Perry were here, she'd understand. Perry? There's that name, and also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us. Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to. She looks so young. It's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky and Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me, and I'm too scared to face her. What should I do? Paimon really doesn't understand what's going on with her. Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into Clairvy last. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous. And he's done all sorts of bad things.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain... We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partner. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Secret experiment? Could that be?
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods.
Alright, that's good. Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys. It's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be counting on you to distract her. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. All right,
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble? Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without Child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Us? Distract you? Good.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere? Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now. Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the Knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything. Okay, then we...
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Linny, Lynette, and Fremine, although there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's...
You seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable, and the punishment will be severe. Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time I asked you. Well, time to go. Looks like... It's been a while, Monsieur Neuf, I must say. I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should... Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you've brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the...
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Nervalet, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you...
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not...
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal.
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will and, unless absolutely necessary...
I presume I can
Tartuffe. Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept...
You choose your words carefully indeed.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuf. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do...
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind...
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's going... Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you,
Oh, shoot. Are you... Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't... Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On...
Oh, you don't have to give it...
Please. It's my fault.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with Mora, it's just... I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably...
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we... Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson.
It appears you... That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Clairvy, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Then what do you
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so wonderful. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay. Sounds normal enough. But what do you mean?
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later? What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more. No one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have... It was before I became a Harbinger. And before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all...
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't...
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as Crucibina came up with a novel idea. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. They would be handed over to the doctor.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own... Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name...
Wait, the friend that
Friend, huh? I suppose with... Clairvy was a cheerful and... Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Perouer that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating.